Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Black Amora, and I'm joined by David. If you've come to any of our Streamcast Club game nights, you might already recognize this very familiar face. But throughout the next hour, we're going to get into his gaming history, first game, favorite games, and how he built his very own. So stay tuned for the next Power Hour podcast of the
Streamcast.
What's going on, David?
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm good.
Thank you so much for joining. Of course, I am Black Amora. I am the guy who runs the place, the face that runs the place, the goat that steers the boat.
Yeah,
I've got a ton of nicknames, the king of games, the king of names, but it's not about me tonight. It's about David, my special guest. Um, so first of all, why don't you give us a little bit of an intro as to who you are and what you do, David?
all right. So I'm David. Of course, I'm currently working as a marketing executive in the travel and tourism industry. But on the side, I'm also a producer of video games. So I try to develop and release my own video games. Obviously, collaborating with other people as well, just to get it all done.
Sweet.
Yeah,
All right, and our paths have crossed thanks
yeah,
to me, basically. Thanks to the Streamcast Club initiative, where we've allowed people to make us their third place and let their hair down, whether it's
mm,
a stressful day at work or a difficult place to get away from work, a bit difficult place to get away from the home. We've allowed people to come together, play games casually and cooperatively with the icebreakers that we've brought, bringing people together through gaming, quite literally. So it's been an honor to have you on and for you to say yes. I'm very appreciative of that.
yeah. No, definitely. I'm happy to be here. I definitely enjoyed like every event I've been to as well. So yeah, no worries. I'm definitely happy to be here.
I appreciate it, bro. So everything comes down to this. I always ask my guests this. You might already know what I'm about to ask you. David, do you remember your first ever game and console?
Yeah, first ever game. No, first ever console was the PSP, which I got in 2009. But I've actually been playing games like way before that. So I guess the first console I ever played on was the GameCube, which but obviously like my parents being like strict and everything, they didn't really want to get me consoles as a child, so I had to rely on playing games at my friend's house. So yeah, but my first ever console I owned was the PSP, and my first ever game was Ratchet and Clank.
Jeez, that's gaming
Yeah,
heritage right there. Ratchet and Clank,
yeah,
love that. I missed out on
yeah.
the PSP because I got the DS, but I felt like
Mm.
the PSP had such a massive gaming library.
Yeah, it did, yeah. Like I used to play the DS all the time in school as well. Like, yeah, during golden time. I don't know if you guys had that or remember that, but it's like an
Sounds
hour. Yeah, it's like an hour every Friday where you get to do like anything you want. It's like,
Oh,
yeah.
I thought that was the name of a game. I was like,
Oh
I
no,
don't
no, it's
know.
like, yeah,
It sounds familiar.
but yeah,
uh, okay, cool.
yeah. So like, we had lots of
Sweet.
DSs. Yeah, playing Mario Kart and brain training. So yeah, it was definitely a fun
Sweet.
time.
That's good. I'm glad to hear it. We got all of our stuff confiscated, so we had to sneak around our stuff like we were sneaking in some food or something. But you were always the popular kid in school if you brought in a Game Boy. Like if you brought in a handheld
Yeah,
console, whether it be a Game Boy Advance or a DS, like everyone wanted to see what you were playing. So I can somewhat relate to that. So when we go from the Ratchet and Clank franchise from the PSP, what are your favorite 5 games?
it's a tough one. I know for sure, like my definite number one is the Dishonored series. So I'll say Dishonored one probably my favorite game of all time. Closely followed by two, and then all the DLCs. But yeah, I'd say yeah, Dishonored one my favorite game of all time. I would say secondly, Just Cause 2. I'm not
Okay.
sure if you guys, some people like don't really know about the game, but it's a yeah, it's not sure if you heard of it before.
I've heard of that one.
Mm.
Tell us why Just Cause 2 specifically.
It was pretty much like one of my first open world games that I that I generally played like thoroughly. Because obviously there's GTA as well, but because I didn't have my own console back in the days, I used to only play it for 3 hours at my friend's house. But yeah, Just Cause 2 was like the first like open world game that I really spent a lot of time in. So it also like really inspired me to start like creating games as well. Because it has probably one of the best like environments, like especially on the Xbox 360 as well. Yeah, in that era it has one of the best environments. So yeah, it was a really like inspiring game. So yeah, I'd say that's why it's not number one, but number two. I think that's a fair position.
Okay, dope.
Yeah. What else? Kind of put me on the spot now, so I'm trying to think. My third best game ever. Yeah, I think I would say Mario Kart Wii, because I used to
Okay.
spend I used to spend hours on that. Like yeah, I used to play like it was good for when you have like friends over as well.
Yeah.
Like so yeah, that was like good like fun memories of that. And then this one's a bit unconventional, but I'd say like the FIFA series because like
Okay.
FIFA in general is just like a classic. Like like we're just like friends and everything. You don't really have to properly concentrate. It's just like the best icebreaker because like
Mm.
especially like with all the guys around, everyone that wants to play FIFA, like have some like sometimes not so friendly rivalries. It can get a bit
Yeah,
it
yeah,
can get
yeah.
a bit intense at times, but yeah, it's definitely a game that brings people together. Like I've made a lot of friends over FIFA as well. So
Nice.
yeah, and then I'd say Call of Duty as well. I'd say Call of Duty is my fifth favorite game. Most more specifically Black Ops One,
Okay.
because yeah, that was my first Call of Duty I played that I actually owned. So and I spent the most time on. So yeah, I'd say that's my fifth favorite game.
That's a really interesting array. That's an interesting
Yeah,
list of games. Like, I've not heard the people give Mario Kart and FIFA that level of acclaim, but it makes a lot of sense, especially if
yeah,
you are someone who likes to play with others, whether it be friends or whether it's just someone that you meet, in a place of mutual interest. I get that. I think FIFA, COD, Mario Kart. I think you definitely picked some very stressful games as well.
yeah. No, but I think it's mainly because of the memories attached to it. Like those
Yeah.
like playing those games have brought me like some of my favorite memories. So it's definitely like up there in terms of like list of games. Yeah. But
That
yeah.
makes a lot of sense. Yeah, man. Like you said, if you've made friends through those games, of course they're gonna have very positive core memories for you. So, yeah, I think those are as valid as everything else that you put on your list. That's I like it. I like unique answers, and that's a very unique one. So, David, where was that light bulb moment for you, where you went from playing games to wanting to build your own?
Yeah, so like similar to what I said before, it was during Just Cause 2. Because the first time I played that game, I just got the demo. Because like obviously I was still young, I couldn't really afford. Well, I could afford to get my own games, but because of the age race and everything, it was a bit tricky.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, so I played in that demo. You had like 30 minutes to explore like about 5% of the map. So I played like that 30 minutes over and over again, and like just seeing how like I was just letting know how one studio could build such a massive world. So just the way everything came to life, like all the assets in the game, the vehicles, everything, it just inspired me. So yeah, I think that was the moment where I said that yeah, I really want to get into making games. I really want to explore this further.
Okay. And what steps did you take to make that a reality? Because a lot of people do go, "Oh, I'd like to do this," or like everyone
Mm.
in the '90s was like, "Let's start a band." Everyone in the noughties was like, "Let's start a podcast." How did you go from ideation to making this a reality?
Yeah, so it was a bit of a funny story really, because I knew I wanted to do it, but I didn't actually know how. So obviously, when I finished my GCSEs, like I took the normal path into A levels, and then obviously like I completely failed that. So like
Okay.
it meant that I would have to do the whole A level year again or choose a different course. So like, I didn't really know what to do. So one of my teachers at school, they recommended some colleges to go to. And then when I went to a few open days, one of them said, we have a games design course. And I think that was like the light bulb moment where I just saw like my whole future opening up through that course. So that's how I basically got into it. So I went to that college, did the game design course. I pretty much got like distinctions in the course. So that also gave me confidence to know that, yeah, I'm really good at this and I can actually make something of it. So after that, I followed on into uni as well. And like I graduated with a game design degree as well. So from there, that's what really brought me to another level to actually understand all these like game engines and 3D modeling software. So yeah, that's it. Pretty much helped me to like carve the path that I'm on now, basically. So yeah,
That's
just I
really
pretty much
sick.
went for the education route. Yeah.
That's really cool. Like, and yeah, you come across as such a smart guy, so that makes a lot
Oh,
of sense.
thank you.
That yeah, of course, man.
Yeah.
That makes sense as to why you got so many distinctions during your games design course because I think it was something that you were born to do, quite literally.
Yeah.
So, congrats on that, and then following that on into uni,
Mm,
just goes to further accentuate that point. So, yeah, it's a really good thing that you were able to successfully pivot and find an avenue to make a potential career out of.
yeah. Thank you.
Of course, of course. So obviously, there's the elephant in the room. Why don't you tell us about the game that you have built?
Okay. Yeah. So the game that I built was called the Kings Club. So the Kings and then the club with the K. So in a nutshell, it's basically a collection of African board games where you can choose to play online with friends or online against random people. So of course, obviously, I wanted to have like a single player mode as well, but I'm still working on like sorting out the AI and everything. Yeah, so in a nutshell, that's pretty much what it is, a collection of board games. You can play online with friends or random people. Yeah, I actually completed it last year, so it's been out for yeah, I'd say just over a year. So yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
That's pretty cool. And I think not in a token way, well, I think now in Black History Month is a perfect time to actually showcase a game that has such a positive outlook on African and Black heritage.
Mm,
So it's very cool that I guess these games of the past, or maybe the present still, are being showcased in your game. So, what type of games can one play when they play Kings Club?
all right, so first of all, like if you're mostly people from West Africa would know this game. So in Nigeria we call it Ayo, which is basically a board of 5 or 6 holes, and then you can put pebbles in each hole to bit. Yeah, I'm kind of getting confused with the rules, but it's with pebbles and a board with holes. Like, I'm pretty sure anyone who sees the board will definitely recognize it instantly. So yeah,
Yeah, as you're
that's
describing it, I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, I know that one.
Yeah,
Sorry, continue.
that's the West African classic. So I thought it was important because I was doing some research on the App Store and I couldn't really find many apps like that that has of good quality. Like so, yeah, I wanted to definitely give people the option, especially like to play with friends as well. Like because it's a very popular party game in lots of West African communities. So I just wanted to bring that to the digital space and give people the option to play. Yeah. And then yeah, second game I have is a game called Yote, which originates from Senegal. So it's a strategy game similar to checkers. So yeah, it's very popular uh in Senegal by itself. So I'm more I wanted to really get a wide range of games from around West Africa, just to just to be like inclusive and also showcase like some underrated games that many people might not know of. And then a third game would be checkers as well, which is just like a classic game that everyone knows. So, you don't have to really read the rules and like take a long time to figure out what you need to do. It's just a simple game that you can just jump in and play.
Sweet, yeah, that's very
Yeah,
cool. I think checkers is a very nice entry point because, again, like you said, anyone can pick up that one and play it, and I guess the barrier to entry is a lot lower in comparison to a game like chess.
yeah.
So I like the inclusion of that game, and I also like the inclusion of what did you call it? The first one you
Yote.
said,
Oh, Ayo.
Ayo.
Yeah.
Okay,
Which one was it? The one with the pebbles and the
the
balls, or was
pebbles.
it
Yeah,
the?
yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, yeah. It's called Ayo.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. Do you
because it
think?
has. So I
Sorry,
was
go
just saying
on.
it has different names in different countries. So
Okay,
I'm just going by the Nigerian name, but a lot of people might know it by another name. But
right. Hey, if you know it by another name, and I'm talking to the
yeah.
viewers and the listeners, leave a comment, whether that be on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, or another platform altogether. I'd like to accumulate all of this knowledge across different cultures in Africa. So back to you, David. Um, when it came to creating this game, what was your thought process behind digitizing it? Basically, did you see a market there? Because we've seen in games like Uno or pool, billiards, and snooker, like those were translated very well into like the app, or a digital version. Is that something that you saw in terms of like a gap in the market for games like IO?
Yeah, I did. So it's pretty much through doing market research. So that I was checking like the app store, like seeing, okay, are there any like African board games available? Are there? Because I know, for example, like all of these games are like sort of party games that people play during social events. So I was thinking like stuff like eight ball pool as well. Like look how popular that is. It's like some people that pick up and play every day. So I was just seeing, is there something like from African culture that we can actually play? So I was looking on the App Store. I couldn't really see. There were some, but the quality wasn't as good as I'd have liked. And also, like in terms of like functionality as well, it was very surface level. So I kind of thought, if there's not really anything like what I'm envisioning available. So I just said, this is like the perfect time to just like put your head down and actually get something out there, put something together, and try and like actually make a difference, really. So yeah, that was really the thought process behind it.
Very cool. And have you got a lot of user feedback?
Yeah, I have like because is in my UI is like sort of semi-open world. So you've got like your own characters to choose from, which is which is just like a very like niche. It's like a very niche edition, which I think just adds a bit more character to the game. So you've got your own characters. You can wager for coins, digital coins, which you can use to buy in-game assets as well. So I think all these different features, they're not really. It's not something you can find in all these other apps in the App Store. So yeah, people seem to really like these additional features.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Like, you've obviously put a lot of thought into this with the
yeah.
research and the preparation. How long did it take you to build this game?
So honestly, it first like came up to me as a concept in 2021, but I would say it was kind of hard, like in terms of like it was a mix of procrastination and also and also trying to find the funds to actually get it completed. Because I'm more from the art side, so I can do the 3D modeling, I can do
Yeah.
like the UI, all the graphic stuff, but the
Yeah.
coding is where I've got problems with. So I was trying to find the money to outsource or to hire someone to do the coding, which in itself was just like a whole nother journey, which was
Mm.
very stressful. But yeah, I would say I really properly started working it in 2024. And so since then, I'd say probably 7 months of proper work it took to get to a complete stage.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty impressive.
yeah, but yeah, it was the combination of just me. going back and forth for about 3 years. And then in
Mm,
2024, that's when things started to really pick up,
yeah,
and I got over the finish line.
that's fair. So if we go back a bit, when you talked about doing your game design course and then going into uni
Yeah.
about it, um, is that something that you continue to, I guess, nurture after graduation, or is that something that you kind of put to the side whilst you were looking for some sort of other career to obviously, make a living from? How did that happen?
Yeah, so really, I really wanted a career in the games industry. So I was like after uni, like, I was applying for so many jobs, but unfortunately, I graduated during COVID, so it just made it like 10 times,
Yeah.
just made it like 10 times harder to find a job. But yeah, I was like getting my portfolio ready, updating my CV, and then it kind of felt a bit hopeless really because like even though like it was during COVID, there's not a lot of jobs going around. There's even just entry level jobs available as well. So it was like very demotivating. So I just thought, if I can't get the career that I want, I can at least try and do something and like carve my own way, like open my own doors. So that's when I started thinking about just doing my own stuff, creating my own games. And yeah, that's really how I started. Just doing it self, just like going my like just starting that entrepreneurial journey of creating games.
Cool.
So yeah,
Nice. And you mentioned funding. Obviously, funding is going to be a massive hurdle for anyone wanting to
definitely.
create any art or make their own name or legacy. Um, how difficult was it to obtain funding? And what advice could you give to anyone who would like to build their own games?
So yeah, funding was definitely the most difficult part. It was for me. It was all self-funded, but it was very challenging. I took like some massive risks, which thankfully paid off. But yeah, like thankfully I was very financially educated at the time, so I saved up a few £1,000s for my job, and I put that towards the game. And then I also used credit cards as well, which I wouldn't recommend anyone do this unless like they unless they're completely unless they've got like contingency plans in place not to get themselves further in debt. But yeah, I used credit cards. I used the 0% interest credit cards to to find the rest of the funding to get my game over the line. I pretty much maxed out like two of the credit cards to do it. And yeah, but thankfully, like I was able to plan myself financially, and I managed to pay off a lot of the credit cards without any problems. So definitely, I wouldn't advise anyone to do that, but that's how I did it. Yeah, and then in terms of like advice about how people would fund it, I would say you should definitely look at Kickstarter if you're able to get yourself if you're able to get yourself like a demo. Like it doesn't have to be like a fully completed game, but like just something you can show the public. Yeah, you can try like Kickstarter public crowdsourcing, and then yeah, I think that's probably one of the most effective ways I've seen people get funding. But I mean, other than that, that's pretty much one of the best advices I can give. Yeah,
I appreciate your honesty there because you spoke about credit cards, which is
yeah,
always a delicate topic, especially
yeah,
it doesn't matter what industry, for human beings in general, credit cards are always a touchy subject, and I personally blame the education system for that. But
mm,
I think you were very fortunate in that you were able to find a couple of 0% interest cards, which I think is rare. That's crazy. That's really good.
yeah,
And I also appreciate the fact that you're like, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do this if I were you, unless
yeah.
you were
Like
desperate that you'd be able
it's a
to
very
see that out. It is
yeah,
very
it's a
high
massive
risk, high
risk.
reward.
Yeah.
Mm, mm.
Like
Uh,
one thing
yeah.
I'll say about games is that the whole game industry in the whole is a massive high risk, high rewards industry. Like I think 90% of games like fail, like don't even make it to 1,000 downloads. So is when you're dealing with this amount of risk, it's really important to make sure you have like a good plan in place. Like have plan Bs, plan Cs about how you're going to run your business. Like don't just put all your eggs into one basket. Like I would advise just like just like not just don't be reckless and like put everything you have into this game into this like gaming plan because obviously I don't like to be negative, but there's a high chance that everything can just go like can really fail and you'll find yourself in some difficult situations. So I'll just say be careful as well because that is a massive high risk industry.
Yeah, solid advice.
Yeah.
In building your game, what were some of the biggest obstacles that you encountered, and how did you overcome them?
So I would say the biggest one was actually the project management side because when I was outsourcing, I just thought I was telling them what to do, I was sending money, and then they would just take care of it. And like I wasn't expecting.
Sorry, sorry. So I, it's an ideal world, isn't it? Like
Yeah,
trusting people to like take your vision and carry on.
yeah,
I can
but
relate to that. Sorry, continue.
yeah, like the project management side is like it was pretty much a full-time job for me. Like thankfully I wasn't well I wouldn't say thankfully, but I wasn't really working at the time. I was doing the project management bit. So I had a lot of time to dedicate. But I was pretty much spending probably like more than a 9 to 5 project management that project. So, you'd tell them what to do. They'll come back to you saying, "Oh, you've got some problems with your assets," or there's some extra like assets or graphics that we need, and then you basically have to. Well, you don't have to, but you just want to get stuff done straight away because it's your vision. Like you want to give them everything they need to like actually complete your vision. So yeah, it's quite difficult as well. Like for me, because I built all my assets myself, I didn't I didn't really have a lot of knowledge like working in the games industry. I was just doing everything myself. So I had to kind of pivot to having to work the way teams work. So like there were certain things in my assets, there were certain things that were going wrong, like certain things that I just didn't build correctly. So I had to go back and just rectify all of those different assets and send it back to them as soon as possible. So yeah, the project management side was a big step up for me, but I'd say it was definitely worth it because I learned a lot of new skills. That's actually helped me to build a career like outside of the games industry as well. So it was very difficult, but it was worth it.
Yeah, a lot of transferable skills.
Yeah,
And I think everyone can relate to when you have a particular passion project that you really want to deliver on, you will go above and beyond, especially if it's something you're taking ownership of. So I can definitely relate to going over the 9 to 5, 40 hour, work week to make sure that this thing is the best it could possibly be.
yeah.
What's one thing you're particularly proud of when it comes to the development of Kings Klub?
Um, I would say just the fact that I got it over the line because when I first conceived it, I was like, this is something that I've never done before. Like it's a whole massive like 3D game with online capabilities. Like I didn't even know how all of these things even worked. Like I just knew how to build assets. So just the fact that I managed to actually get the game over the line, get everything fully working, yeah, it was a big. I would say that's the biggest achievement for me. And the fact that I never gave up. Like I always kept finding a way to get it done. Like I could have obviously just like let procrastination get the better of me, but once I started it, I just knew that I really wanted to finish it because this is something that I've actually wanted to get out for a very long time. So yeah, I'm just proud that I never gave up and I managed to get it over the line.
That's a great answer. You are an accomplished developer now. So
Yeah,
you can fully say I'm a game dev now, and
yeah.
People are like, yeah, what do you do? The project management point. You mentioned the issues of obviously kind of paying people, giving people money to do tasks, and then they're coming back to you with problems. How did you fine tune those issues so that those people went away and came back with what you wanted when the troubleshooting started to happen?
Yeah, so it was mainly like I mainly had to do like pencil in a lot of meetings. Um, yeah, we just had to go through. I had to like keep reiterating myself sometimes, and also it doesn't help that they're from foreign countries as well. So the language barrier is a bit was a bit of a challenge as well. Because sometimes like I'll give an instruction, but they wouldn't really, especially with accents as well. Like they're not really understanding my accent. And then when they tell me stuff, I'm not really understanding what they're saying. So that was quite a barrier as well. But we managed to get over it, we managed to get through it eventually. But yeah, I think setting meetings, setting milestones as well. That really helped. So I would tell them I need to get like a first demo by this date, and yeah, they would really push to get that done. And then once they show me and I'm happy with it, that was more it like definitely motivated all of us to get that we can definitely like finish this. Yeah, we can definitely get this done.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how did that translate when you started to work again? Was there ever a point where you were project managing and working at the same time?
No, there wasn't because the way it was
Okay.
is that I left my job in 2023. So I mean, I was pretty much looking for what to do, and I thought now that I've got time, this is the best time to just like go all out and get this done once and for all. So thankfully, I wasn't working at the time. Like if I was working, there's no way I'd have been able to get this done because it's pretty much it's literally a full-time job having to manage the whole project. So yeah, but yeah, I think once the project was done, like it's something that I could put on my CV, and like there were definitely it definitely helped me get a lot more interviews, and I'd probably say it helps me land the current job that I'm in now actually, because it definitely elevated my skills to like a whole nother level. Like I'm able to organize myself a lot better. Like I'm able to like manage different projects simultaneously as well. So yeah, I'd say it definitely gave me a lot more skills.
Okay, sick. Yeah, I was wondering because it sounded like a full-time job doing what you were doing. So yeah, I couldn't imagine, but I believe in you. I think you're a very talented guy. I think you would have found a way to make it happen regardless.
Mm,
You can't stop destiny for some people, and I
yeah,
think you were destined to get that game over the line. And I think that is also something that's very impressive because so many people start amazing projects, have great ideas, and it's just so long that it takes that they give up. So kudos to you for pursuing and being persistent, getting that project over the line, shipping the game.
yeah.
What
Thank you.
Of course, of course. What are some milestones or some metrics of success you're looking for when it comes to Kings Club, if you have reached them already or if you are going to reach them?
Yeah, so I guess just what I'd like to reach is well, at first it was just to get as many downloads as possible, and also like try and make as much income as possible. But I think now it's kind of shifted to just like what impact I can make. Because like I'd like to see like obviously more people making games, more diverse games, especially like from the African continent as well. So like I've been looking at like most mainstream games. Like think back when was the last game you ever saw that was set in Africa? That wasn't set in the jungle.
We're going back a long time.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so
it's
I
pretty yeah, it's pretty rare to see a game set in modern Africa. So that's pretty like that's something that I really want to see, which was also what motivates me to get the game completed. So I guess also just like seeing that it's possible to like actually have good depictions of modern Africa as well. That's one milestone that I'd want to like just one impact that I'd like to make within the industry. Yeah. But yeah, in terms of that, other than that, just getting more, yeah, just getting more people to play and think about the possibilities as well.
Sweet. Yeah, I like that. Is there any possibility of you building a future game or a sequel?
Yeah, I would say there is, but it all depends on the financial aspect. Because I think that's still like the biggest hurdle for me. It's like I did say one of my dreams is to get a game on console, which I mean I'm still young, I've still got a lot of time, but it's it's a it's a dream that I'm working towards. But yeah, I would want to build a future game if if the financial if I could afford it financially. Or if I did have some financial support, I would be open to building another game.
I don't see why not. I hope that we have some publishers watching this, whether it's live or on demand. You know, we can get that all sorted. We've seen a lot of people with amazing ideas, and they've either been able to get that support or they've been able to get in the door. You know,
Yeah,
I interviewed someone who's building a beautiful game called Yasuke, A Lost Descendant, which looks brilliant, and it's very anime inspired, but it's also pro Africa. Sorry, but it's also pro Africa. So I think that there is scope for that. I think there is the possibility for that, definitely. So I'm hoping that can be a thing. I'd love to see one of your video games on console, bro.
yeah, thank you. And me too. It's definitely going to be it'll be a massive achievement if I did it. I'll be happy. So yeah, but, still got lots of time. I'm still young, still got lots of energy. So definitely definitely something I'll be happy to work towards too.
100%. And of course, the whole this podcast interview might not happen if by chance you didn't mention in passing that you built your own game when
Yeah,
we
no.
at one of the Streamcast Club game nights that you came to. So tell me a little bit about how you heard about the Streamcast Club and what um incentivized you to come.
So basically, I recently moved out of my parents' house. So I'm currently living. I've got my own flat now. So I'm just living. Yeah, just living the bachelor lifestyle. So so yeah, obviously, I was just like bored one day, and I was thinking of like I need to start finding some interest like in hobbies to like actually get out, start networking, start doing stuff, just so I don't get too lonely, like living by yourself. So it can get like that sometimes. So
Of
I
course.
just, yeah. So I was just browsing through Eventbrite, and then yeah, I was just like searching, is there anything to do with games or movies or like TV shows? And then yeah, I just saw the Streamcast, the Uno Games Night come up, and then like I've been playing a lot of Uno for the past couple of years with some of my friends. So
Ah.
like a weird confession is the first time I played Uno was 2 years ago. So
Why is that weird?
yeah, because Uno's like such a classic, but I really just like I've known about the game for so long, but I've only just started playing it 2 years ago. And
Fair.
yeah, it was just such an enjoyable. It was really enjoyable. So I just thought, it's, especially the especially the fact that it was a tournament as well. At Streamcast, so I just thought it's definitely is. I'm kind of competitive, so I want to go there and get something. So so yeah, that's how I first heard about Streamcast. And yeah, and, I'll definitely say it's been. I'm happy I heard about it. It's been a very great place to just hang out, make some new connections. It's been great.
Oh, I appreciate that. I mean, I didn't even mention the fact that you were the finalist in the Uno
Yeah,
tournament. I'm really not giving you that adulation. You did really well in Uno, despite having your first game 2 years ago. So yeah, congrats on that as well.
yeah. Thank
I'm
you.
glad that you had a good time, and it's always good to hear about how effective these things are because we want to be able to reach as many people as possible. And I think you fully get what we're trying to do here. We're trying to make one of those safe spaces, especially for people that look like us, because there's not a lot. of spaces like that,
Mm.
that are consistent, that are reliable, that don't try to squeeze every penny out of you. So it's like having that being so like seeing the fulfillment on attendees' faces and seeing people come back, seeing new people join. It's been really, really exciting to see. And yeah, you did really well, Fortunately, you lost to the champion, who is my
Yeah,
brother.
unfortunately, man.
But you still got to go home with
Yeah,
at least a
I still
Funko.
got
I think
something.
it was
Yeah,
two,
I got
right?
a Funko, so I
Yeah.
didn't leave empty-handed. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah.
Yeah, what's been one of your most memorable moments in the Streamcast Club games night? If it is the Uno tournament, then feel free to say that. But if there have been other moments as well, yeah, let me know.
Yeah, I think the last time I was there, we played a game, like a cooking game. I can't remember what it was called.
Overcooked.
Yeah, Overcooked. That was really good because like obviously like uh uh I don't really play indie games as much anymore. Or like I'm mostly like a triple A open world game kind of guy. So it's good to like have that different experience and like just I just like love the chaos a lot. It was just like really funny. So I think that's probably one of the funniest moments I've experienced at Streamcast. So yeah, that was good. Like I enjoy like I've seen like so many different types of games as well. I haven't been playing Nintendo games for a very long time, so it's good to like get back into and start kind of feel the games and just find new games to play that I could bring to different friends as well. So yeah, that was a great moment at Streamcast.
I appreciate that. Thank you. What is one thing you'd like to see us implement in future games nights?
Um, oh, it's kind of a hard question. Oh man, honestly, I don't want to like do a cop out answer, but I can't really think of anything that can make it better.
Let's
Like,
go. You can come back
yeah.
anytime, David. When's your next game coming out? We do.
uh,
uh, no, I appreciate that, honestly. Yeah, like I said earlier, it's very much for the people that we like to do this for, and we would love to be able to continue to just host these for free. So like, there's no
yeah,
social economic barrier. Anyone can just come through, have a good time. Um, So anything that we could do to further improve what we've been doing, I'm all ears. And that goes for all of the listeners and the viewers out there, whether you're watching live or on demand, leave a comment, get in contact. I'm an easy guy to reach. So let me know any feedback, both positive and constructive. I am open. I'm all
mm.
ears.
Wait, actually, I take that back. Actually, there's one
Oh,
thing you can do. Yeah, there's one thing you can do is to host it a bit more often.
what's that? Sorry.
Is to host it a bit more often.
Host it more often.
Yeah,
Hey, okay, first of all, that is the perfect answer. War game sites.
yeah.
Okay. So how often are we talking here? We talking fortnightly?
Well, like, yeah, fortnightly would be good. Like every week would be better. No, no, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Every week
No,
would
just
be crazy. Okay,
no, no, fortnightly would be good though. Fortnightly,
I
yeah, that'd be good.
will. I will. It's in here. I appreciate that feedback. Uh, th- I will say there is a reason why it's once a month, and I think we've been able to steadily do that and build during that current iteration, especially because it's just Troy and myself at the moment. Um, so between the two of us, we are able to do this with our other responsibilities, 9 to 5, family, all that. Um, I get what you mean. I'd like to do that myself. So watch this space. That's what I can say. Maybe we'll figure something out. Um, yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you, David.
Yeah.
But I know one thing that we can do to
Okay.
improve the Streamcast Club, and that is to provide giveaways. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing at the next Streamcast Club Games Night, because we're going to be giving away a copy of Super Mario Party Jamboree. All you have to do is sign up and show up. We'll figure it all out. If you have participated in an icebreaker in one of our previous ones, you will automatically be entered in to this giveaway, but you actually have to turn up. If you don't turn up, you don't get shit. So all you have to do is check out the Eventbrite page. It's just gone live, and I'm gonna put a link in the description wherever you're gonna watch this or listen to this. Make sure you sign up. It's the 6th of November, the first Thursday of each month. We'll be hosting one of these in-person games nights, and this one we're going to be hosting. We're going to be giving away a copy of Super Mario Party Jamboree. Be there or be square.
Nice. Yeah, no, I'll definitely be there. Hopefully I walk away with the prize again.
You've been really lucky. You've been fortunate to, come away with some fun codes, and who knows, this copy of Mario Party Jamboree could be yours. It could also be one of yours if you sign up and show up. Thank you so much, David, for coming on the podcast. If you have any parting words of wisdom as someone who's been really adept, beyond adept, really, at games design, built your own game, any advice you can give, feel free to share that now. Otherwise, let the people know how they can support you and your game and your future endeavors.
Yeah, so I'll just say, if you want to do something, like just go ahead and do it. Don't let anything stop you from doing it. And obviously, if this is what you're gonna do, if you have a dream, like just do everything possible you can to fulfill it. Like I feel like everyone owes it to themselves to fulfill like whatever dream they have. So yeah, just in short, just go ahead and do it. So like literally just do it.
Word to Nike.
Yeah.
And how can people support your game? How can they support you?
Yeah, I guess supporting the game is a bit hard right now in terms of like servers. It costs quite a lot of money to turn servers on. So I guess right now you can just follow the Instagram, download the game as well, or hopefully on the App Store and iOS Store. And yeah, I mean that's really all you can do really to support me. I'll be more than happy with that.
Fair. What is your Instagram and the name of the game again? One more time for the people listening and watching.
It's called the Kings Klub. So the Kings and then Club is with a K. And then the Instagram is called Kakoon Entertainment. So Kakoon and then Entertainment.
Sweet. Amazing. Thank you so much, David, for coming on and being an amazing guest.
It was a pleasure.
Of course. And once you're finished supporting David, downloading the Kings Klub, following Kakoon Entertainment on Instagram, you can also follow the Streamcast on Instagram. Streamcast_ is really easy to spell because you should be able to see it somewhere on your page right now. STREAMCAST_ on Instagram and TikTok and the Twitter. And we are also on Blue Sky Streamcast. And better than that, you can also subscribe to our main YouTube right here where you're watching this podcast right now. Our podcast episodes for the foreseeable future will go live on our YouTube channel. So make sure you like this video, subscribe, help us get to 1,000 subs. And you can also find out our gaming channel where streams and little Let's Plays will be on as well. I was planning to do part 4 of Ghost of Yote, but I'm currently not well, so that will be delayed till Thursday 9 p.m. GMT. But rest assured, one of the Yote 6 will be going down on Thursday in my Lethal Legend run. All right. And there's a ton of other ways you can support because this podcast will be going out wherever you get your podcasts, including Spotify and Apple. So make sure you tell your friends, tell your family, maybe tell your ops too. Tell them to check out the Streamcast because there's going to be amazing content coming your way, and I am free from my job. I'm very happy about it. Don't forget, the next episode will be on the 10th of November, featuring a very, very good friend of mine, Gabby Cook. We'll be celebrating 25 years of the PS2, the greatest selling video games console of all time. We'll be talking about the greatest PS2 memories, the greatest PS2 games, and much, much more. So until then, take care of yourselves and your loved ones. Stay safe. We'll see you on the next Streamcast.